What if the next chapter in Amy Fleming's life redefines everything we've come to expect? Heartland's upcoming season isn't just about advancing the story, it's about leaping into uncharted territory with a significant time jump and a revelation that will leave everyone speechless. Amy is expecting again. How did this come to be? What untold stories are embedded in the years the audience won't see? Viewers have yearned for resolution and new beginnings, and Heartland is about to deliver both, though in a manner no one could have foreseen. Season 19 is steering the narrative into a future few imagined, introducing a time passage designed not just to skip years, but to deepen the emotional landscape, showing how past events have reshaped the characters, particularly Amy. She's always been the resilient core of the Heartland Ranch, navigating profound loss and the joys of motherhood, holding her family and the ranch's spirit steadfast. The death of Ty Borden in an earlier season was a seismic event, sending ripples through the Fleming Bartlett family and the loyal audience. Amy's journey through that grief was a testament to her strength. Now, as we jump forward, she faces a new, startling emotional challenge with this pregnancy. The news of Amy's pregnancy isn't delivered with a dramatic reveal, but rather subtly, through nuanced shifts in her behavior and interaction. Keen observers will notice a new layer of quiet contemplation, a maturity that seems to carry the weight of unspoken experience. There's an enigmatic quality to her, a feeling that the intervening years held moments of profound significance, leading to the gentle unfolding of her current condition. The paramount question, of course, is about this isn't merely for dramatic effect. The pregnancy storyline is deeply woven into the show's emotional fabric. Amy's impending motherhood will undoubtedly test her in new ways, impacting her relationship with Lindy, her duties at the ranch, and her own ongoing reconciliation with the past. Is this new life a beacon of hope, a sign of healing, or does it stem from circumstances more complex and perhaps even unsettling? The family's reactions are predictably varied. Jack, the patriarch, is initially taken aback but offers his unwavering support. Lou grapples with her protective instincts and a flood of questions about the future. Lindy, older now, perceives the shift, though its full implications are beyond her grasp. Heartland has always excelled at portraying intricate human emotions, and this storyline adds another rich layer to that tradition. The real intrigue, however, lies in the unknown elements shaped by the time jump. Those missing years are a canvas for speculation. Has Amy found new love? Is the father someone from a quiet, unassuming romance? Or is it a connection with deeper, more established roots? Or perhaps the narrative is building towards an even more astonishing revelation, something connected to Ty that viewers couldn't possibly anticipate. The show has consistently embraced emotional authenticity, and this new season appears to be its most courageous venture yet. With Amy's pregnancy as the focal point of this altered timeline, the writers are poised to delve into themes of recovery after sorrow, the bravery required to embrace an unknown future, and the enduring weight of closely guarded secrets. Heartland is evolving, and Amy is at the vanguard of that transformation. The pressing question remains: are viewers prepared for the journey that lies ahead and the answers it might bring? The time jump in Heartland Season 19 propels the story significantly forward, compelling fans to eagerly connect the dots of the intervening years. This isn't a mere plot device, but a carefully crafted narrative shift designed to infuse the season with immediate intrigue. The moment the story catapults into this new era, there's a sense of the familiar intertwined with the strikingly new. The Heartland Ranch stands as its timeless self, yet its inhabitants bear the subtle and sometimes profound marks of unrecorded time. At the heart of this is Amy, a woman clearly molded by experiences and secrets. From the skipped years, the initial impact of this new timeline is conveyed through Amy's deepened quiet strength. She remains devoted to her work with horses and to raising Lindy with her characteristic warmth and patience. Yet there's an undeniable alteration in her demeanor. Her presence carries a wisdom that seems to transcend her years, a feeling that she has confronted and navigated significant off-screen trials. The most prominent of these, undoubtedly, is her unexpected pregnancy. The reveal is gradual, built through lingering moments, a thoughtful hand on her stomach, a knowing exchange of glances with Lou, a subtle tension in conversations with Jack. Each carefully placed detail heightens the suspense, leading to the confirmation that fans have been both anticipating and perhaps dreading. What makes this narrative choice so effective is how the time jump allows for an exploration of the true emotional toll and process of healing. Instead of chronicling every painful moment of Amy's recovery from Ty's death, the show thrusts us into a future where those wounds have become scarred, still present but no longer defining her every moment. The audience is left to ponder the choices that led her to this new stage. Who was part of her life during those unfilmed years of quiet rebuilding? And what kind of woman has emerged from the crucible of such profound loss? As details about these missing years slowly surface, the series hints at considerable developments within the Fleming Borden clan. Lou's civic aspirations have likely taken new turns. Katie has blossomed into a young adult forging her own path. And Jack, the enduring cornerstone, while aged with his characteristic grace, now relies more on the younger members of the family. Tim's occasional and unexplained absences also fuel speculation that even more has transpired than initially meets the eye. This narrative leap enables Heartland to present these evolutions organically, trusting the audience to perceive the emotional gravity of each altered dynamic without needing explicit exposition. However, it's Amy's pregnancy that elevates the stakes beyond all other changes. It challenges not only viewer expectations but also Amy's own deeply held beliefs about her life and future. Having centered her world for so long around the profound love she shared with Ty, the prospect of a new child, and by implication, a new relationship, forces her to confront her past in ways she likely never anticipated. The persistent silence regarding the father's identity is almost palpable. Some fans theorize it might be a new character, introduced during the unseen years, while a hopeful contingent wonders if it could somehow be linked to Ty, perhaps through medical foresight or a startling twist involving his legacy. While Heartland has generally avoided overly dramatic contrivances, this mystery certainly opens pathways to numerous complex and emotionally resonant possibilities. This very uncertainty is the engine driving the suspense of the new season. Viewers are not simply waiting for answers, they are invested in seeing how these revelations will reshape their understanding of the entire series. Amy's pregnancy transcends a simple plot point. It becomes a potent symbol of regeneration, of the courage to move forward while still honoring the weight of what has been lost. It's a delicate narrative tightrope that Heartland seems poised to walk with its customary emotional depth, respecting its history while bravely venturing into new and potentially risky storytelling domains. Lindy's evolving role in this new chapter adds yet another layer of emotional complexity. No longer the small child viewers remember, Lindy is navigating her own understanding of the world, asking more profound questions, and intuitively sensing the changes swirling around her. Her interactions with Amy are imbued with a poignant mix of childhood innocence and an almost instinctual understanding. The foundational bond between mother and daughter remains a central pillar, but Amy now faces the added challenge of preparing Lindy for a new sibling, whose arrival is shrouded in such intricate and unspoken circumstance. How does one explain a new life when the shadow of a beloved father and husband still looms so large in their collective memory? This part of the narrative deliberately avoids easy answers. Instead, it invites the audience to embrace the ambiguity, to feel the inherent tension and the powerful emotions that accompany profound life changes. It is within this quiet, simmering tension that Heartland often finds its greatest strength. By strategically withholding information, the show keeps its audience engaged, scrutinizing every scene for clues, a fleeting expression, a casually dropped name, a photograph, just outside the camera's main focus. Each detail feels intentional, and every silence is laden with meaning. As Amy navigates this new phase of her life, she does so with the quiet resilience that has always been her hallmark. Yet even the most steadfast hearts can be shaken, and the time jump underscores that her journey of healing and self-discovery is far from complete. In many ways, it feels as though a new significant chapter is just beginning. The suspense surrounding the identity of the baby's father, the subtle and overt shifts within the Heartland family dynamic, and the emotional reckoning that undoubtedly lies ahead all promise a season brimming with both potential heartbreak and profound hope. This is a reimagined Heartland, one where the echoes of the past and the possibilities of the future converge in ways that no one could have truly predicted, setting the stage for compelling drama. As the new season of Heartland continues to unfold its complex narrative, One question resonates more profoundly than any other: who is the father of Amy's unborn child? This query isn't merely a point of idle curiosity for the devoted fanbase. It forms the very emotional nucleus of the season's pervasive suspense. The show's creators have made a deliberate and bold choice in keeping this crucial piece of information under wraps, allowing the mystery to intensify through subtle hints and emotionally charged interaction. This narrative strategy has cultivated a powerful sense of anticipation, with viewers meticulously analyzing every scene, every shared glance, searching for the slightest clue that might lead to an answer. What makes this mystery so utterly captivating is how deeply it connects to the essence of Amy's character. Ever since Ty's untimely death, Amy has been depicted as a woman deeply connected to her past, understandably hesitant to embrace new beginnings that might feel like a betrayal of that profound love. Her bond with Ty wasn't ephemeral, it was a cornerstone of her existence. Consequently, the notion that she might be expecting another man's child is not only surprising but also deeply thought-provoking. It compels the audience to consider the possibility that Amy, in the unseen years of the time jump, may have found a new source of love, or at the very least solace and companionship. And yet the current narrative offers no overt indications of a new partner in her life. There are no stolen romantic moments, no hushed late-night phone calls, no tender gestures, only a pervasive, meaningful silence that seems to amplify the unknown. Some viewers speculate that the answer might be found in events of the past, perhaps in plans Amy and Ty made that were never revealed to the audience. In the landscape of contemporary television drama, no theory seems entirely beyond the realm of possibility. There's fervent discussion among fans about the potential use of preserved embryos, or the idea that Ty may have left behind a legacy more tangible than just memory. While such a storyline would undoubtedly deliver a significant shock, it would also serve to honor the enduring love they shared, portraying the new child as a final precious gift from Ty, keeping their connection alive even in his absence. This theory masterfully blends sorrow with hope, and it's this very emotional paradox that keeps the audience so deeply engaged and invested in the outcome. Conversely, others believe that a new character is likely the father, someone who entered Amy's life during the unrecorded span of the time jump, perhaps a quiet, unassuming ranch hand or someone she encountered during travels, or a period of seeking solitude. If this proves to be the case, then Heartland is preparing to guide its viewers along a significantly different emotional trajectory. Introducing a new significant love interest for Amy is undeniably a narratively risky endeavor. Long-term fans hold a fierce loyalty to Ty and the profound legacy he represents. Any newcomer would inevitably face immense scrutiny and pressure, both from within the show's universe and from its dedicated audience. Nevertheless, life is inherently complex. People evolve, and hearts, even those shattered by grief, can slowly begin to heal, often in ways they never anticipated. This new season could very well be the moment Heartland courageously explores the nuanced evolution of Amy's heart and her capacity for new love. Yet another theory gaining considerable traction involves a more layered and emotionally intricate twist. What if Amy's pregnancy wasn't planned? Perhaps it was the result of a brief, vulnerable moment shared with someone she trusted implicitly, someone like Nathan, a character whose connection with Amy has been developed with quiet deliberation. Their dynamic has consistently hovered in a delicate space between steadfast friendship and an unspoken, simmering tension. Viewers have noted Nathan's steady, supportive, yet respectfully distant presence in Amy's life. If he were revealed to be the father, it would unleash a torrent of dramatic possibilities, forcing Amy to confront complex choices and potentially challenging the established harmony within the close-knit Heartland family. Regardless of the father's true identity, the showrunners are clearly committed to keeping the audience in suspense. Each episode meticulously dispenses a little more information, carefully peeling back the layers of Amy's present circumstances while simultaneously compelling viewers to re-examine the secrets of her recent past. The strategic decision not to reveal the father's identity early in the season is a masterclass in building and sustaining suspense. It transforms what could be a purely personal storyline into a communal mystery, one that has fans actively theorizing on social media platforms, rewatching past episodes for overlooked clues, and passionately debating the potential outcome. But this central mystery is about more than just the paternity of the baby. It's fundamentally about Amy's evolving identity. It delves into how she now defines herself in the aftermath of all she has endured. Is she truly ready to open her heart to love again? Has she already done so, keeping that part of her life carefully shielded? Or is she still in many ways tethered to the past, even as she steps with quiet courage into a new chapter? The pregnancy itself becomes a powerful symbol encompassing all these intricate questions. It's not merely about the prospect of a new life, it's about whether Amy has fully allowed herself the possibility of living and loving again. The emotional gravity of this mystery is further reflected in the reactions of those around. Lou, ever the pragmatic and protective older sister, appears to be both supportive and understandably cautious. Jack, with his characteristic wisdom, seems to perceive more than he openly acknowledges, yet he respects Amy's need for privacy. Lindy, with her childhood innocence and burgeoning inquisitiveness, brings a tender, heart-wrenching sweetness to the unfolding drama. Her simple yet profound questions, will I have a brother or a sister, or is the baby like Daddy was, strike an emotional chord that words alone often cannot. Through these carefully crafted interactions, viewers are constantly reminded that Amy's choices and circumstances do not exist in a vacuum. They send ripples throughout the entire family, inevitably reshaping relationships and rewriting future trajectory. The true brilliance of this 19th season lies in its remarkable ability to explore this central mystery without succumbing to the temptation of a hasty resolution. The show allows the audience to comfortably inhabit the uncertainty, to feel the tension steadily building, and to experience the full weight of the emotional stakes in every beautifully rendered scene. There are no quick fixes or conveniently easy answers, only the slow, powerful, and authentic unfolding of a story that has always been deeply rooted in genuine human emotion. As the episodes continue to progress, viewers find themselves hanging on every shared glance, every whispered word, every poignant silence, desperate to learn the truth, yet simultaneously apprehensive about what that truth might ultimately mean for Amy and the entire Heartland family. Will the father turn out to be someone the audience expects, or will it be a character no one saw come? Will Amy's heart find itself painfully torn between the enduring memory of Ty and the pressing realities of her current life? And when the truth finally surfaces, will it bring a sense of peace and closure, or will it usher in a new wave of upheaval and emotional challenge? Whatever the eventual answer may be, one thing has become abundantly clear: Heartland has skillfully managed to take a deeply personal and intimate story and transform it into a season-defining, captivating mystery. The identity of the father is more than just a plot twist. It is the crucial key to understanding the full arc of Amy's evolution, and it holds the undeniable power to reshape everything viewers thought they knew about her and her journey. Season 19 has truly solidified its place as the most emotionally suspenseful and compelling chapter in the show's long and cherished history. The introduction of a significant time jump in Heartland's 19th season didn't just nudge the story along, it fundamentally redefined the emotional landscape of the entire series. With several crucial years of Amy's life intentionally left off-screen, viewers are plunged into a captivating whirlwind of unanswered questions and potent speculation. This time jump is far more than a mere narrative device. It's a deliberately drawn veil, carefully obscuring what might be the most transformative and intensely private period in Amy Fleming's life. What truly transpired during those missing years? Who did Amy become when the familiar gaze of her family and the audience wasn't upon her? The show audaciously challenges us to ponder these questions while offering only tantalizing fragments of answers, effectively keeping viewers suspended in a delicate balance between keen curiosity and a touch of empathetic heartbreak. The most immediate and visible consequence of this time jump is, of course, Amy's pregnancy. It serves as the clearest and most undeniable indication that life in its inexorable way has moved forward, but the precise manner in which it moved, and with whom, remains a closely guarded secret. Amy, once so readily enveloped by the comforting, predictable rhythms of life on the Heartland Ranch, now carries a discernible new emotional weight, a subtle yet profound shift in her very presence. She moves with a quiet, understated confidence, yet there's also a subtle, almost imperceptible distance, as if she's instinctively protecting herself from something, or perhaps, that internal transformation is where the true impact of the time jump resonates most profoundly. It's not merely about the superficialities of aging or slight changes in appearance. It's about the deeper evolution of who Amy became when she was compelled to confront her grief largely in solitude, away from the familiar, supportive yet sometimes expectant gaze of her family and the show's loyal fans. And Amy wasn't the only member of the Fleming Bartlett clan affected by these unseen. Lou, who has always been the family's pragmatic planner and a fixer of problems, seems to have naturally stepped into an even more significant maternal role with Lindy, particularly while Amy was presumably navigating the silent personal storm of profound change and healing. Jack, forever the unwavering emotional anchor of the family, now carries an even deeper sense of quiet reflection in his words and his actions. It's as if the collective weight of the time jump isn't just about the years that were skipped, but also about the healing journeys that occurred off-screen, the conversations that were never depicted, and the opportunities for shared experience that were missed by the audience. Every member of the family has undeniably moved forward, yet the subtle emotional echoes of what was left unsaid and unseen are palpable in nearly every interaction and every scene. These missing years have also undeniably shaped Amy into a more complex and richly layered character. Previously, her emotions were often readily visible, clearly etched onto her face during moments of happiness, acute pain, or significant decision-making. Now, those feelings seem to be more deeply buried, lying just beneath the surface, perceptible perhaps only to those who know her most intimately. The way she interacts with Lindy, for example, has shifted in subtle yet meaningful ways. She's still demonstrably loving, still deeply attentive, but now her interactions are often laced with an unspoken sense of urgency, as if Amy possesses a keen, hard-won understanding of just how fleeting moments of peace and happiness can truly be. There's an underlying current in her demeanor that strongly suggests she's carrying more than just the physical weight of a child. She's also shouldering the accumulated weight of years of silence, of intensely private grief, and of personal growth that no one else was privy to witness. The time jump has also created fertile ground for the show to introduce subtle yet significant changes, various relationships, changes that reflect unspoken histories and experience. Nathan, for instance, appears to be more seamlessly integrated into the Heartland family fabric than he was before the jump. The pressing question isn't just how this deeper integration occurred, but more importantly, was he a consistent source of comfort and quiet strength for Amy during those challenging, invisible years? Did he and Amy share moments of profound vulnerability, conversations, or experiences that were never directly portrayed on screen but have nevertheless reshaped their dynamic? These aren't simply narrative loose ends waiting to be tied up, they are potential emotional landmines, delicately placed and waiting to be triggered by future events or revelation. Each interaction between Amy and Nathan now feels charged with a potent undercurrent of unspoken possibilities, hinting at a shared past that steadfastly refuses to remain completely buried and forgotten. Beyond the evolution of individual characters, the ranch itself in its own quiet way tells a compelling story of transition and the relentless passage of time. New structures may have appeared on the familiar landscape, older ones might look a little more worn and weathered, and the presence of different animals all serve as subtle but constant indicators of the years that have gone by. But the real story, the more intangible one, lies in how the ranch feels. There's a pervasive sense that Heartland, once primarily a place of predictable routine, healing and restoration, has itself been subtly transformed by the weight and mystery of the time jump. It remains a cherished sanctuary, but now it also feels like a silent, knowing witness quietly holding the countless secrets of what transpired during the years that were intentionally skipped by the narrative. Fans are also deeply invested in understanding how Lindy, now older, more perceptive, and undoubtedly more emotionally aware, has coped and developed during this significant gap in the observable timeline. Lindy represents both the promise of the future and, in a poignant way, the ongoing cost of the past. What did she observe with her innocent, yet increasingly discerning eye? What did she perhaps overhear in hushed adult conversations?
or intuitively sense in those quiet, solitary moments of her mother's deep introspection or sorrow, her evolving questions about life, her childhood dreams, her understanding of who her father Tai truly was, and her perception of the woman her mother is steadily becoming. All of these critical aspects of her development have been irrevocably shaped by the very years the audience didn't have the privilege to see unfold. The time jump masterfully transforms Lindy into a deeply symbolic bridge, connecting the cherished past with the uncertain future, linking profound love lost with the tentative hope of love potentially rediscovered. One of the most emotionally resonant and widely discussed theories among viewers is that Amy may have deliberately chosen to shield the rawest, most painful stages of her grief from others, perhaps using the years immediately following Ty's death to rebuild herself in a more private set, far removed from the emotional expectations and well-meaning scrutiny of her loving family. She might have embarked on journeys, explored new landscapes both internal and external, encountered new people who influenced her perspective, only to eventually return to Heartland with a collection of experiences and stories she may choose to never fully share. If this theory holds any truth, it adds a profound depth and understanding to Amy's characteristic quiet demeanor in this new season. It suggests a woman who sought healing not primarily through overt discussion or shared sorrow, but through deeply personal experience, relearning how to live and find her footing again by temporarily stepping away from the life she once knew so intimately. This deliberate narrative decision by the show's writers to leave several years largely unaccounted for is not just a bold and unconventional storytelling move, it is at its core a deeply emotional. It cleverly mirrors the complexities of real life, where not every significant moment is documented for public consumption, and not every personal transformation occurs under a spotlight. Sometimes the most profound and lasting changes in a person's life happen in the quiet interludes, in moments of solitude and introspection. The time jump effectively forces the audience to actively participate in the storytelling, to fill in the inevitable gaps with their own empathy, intuition, and imagination, thereby creating a uniquely personal and engaging viewing experience.